What up YouTube, TK here, and today I want to talk to you about something a little scary that you probably have never thought about before. I'm talking about getting super glue in your eyes. Now, this happened to me a few weeks ago and it was not a fun experience. I didn't enjoy it at all. But what I found out afterwards, after it was all said and done, was that maybe it wasn't quite like I expected either. Super glue in the eye, both A, isn't actually that bad, and B, it happens all the time. In a world of over 7 billion people, there's probably 637 just squirting it in right now. And that's actually how it usually happens. Someone who is either taking care of themselves or taking care of someone's children mixes up super glue with eye drops and just drops it straight in. Not an accident, not a couple of drops by accident. They just go straight in. And in those cases, typically, because they're not expecting adhesives to be in their face, they blink, or they rub their eyes, or all manner of other disastrous things. And that typically leads to the eye getting glued shut. So, if you're anything like me, you would think, okay, at this point, they've lost their eyesight. It's gone. You know, there's no way you're getting that unstuck. See you later. Let's get him a cane. That's actually not what happens, so it turns out. So, one of the first places I looked was the website of Brown Emergency Medicine, which stated that while super glue can bond to the proteins in the eye, typically if you just apply a warm water flush and some gauze, leave it for a while, between 1 and 4 days, the eye will come unstuck. So, if you are caught way out in the sticks and you glue yourself shut, don't freak out. Just flush out with what you can and go ahead and put a bandage on it and see what happens. More than likely though, you're in the city, you've got super glue in your eye, what should you do? Well, step one, don't close your eye. Hold it open if you have to, don't blink. It's gonna be a lot easier for you if you don't close the eyelids, because then they can't get glued shut. Now step two is pretty obvious. Don't panic. Even if you've never watched this video, you've never even thought about it, you're probably going to be fine. A literature study by a Dr. Reddy showed that there are no recorded cases of severe ocular trauma as a result of super glue entering the eye. You're going to be alright, so just don't freak out. Now step three, you're probably going to want to flush your eye if it's safe. It's generally a bad idea to squirt anything in your eye, but if you're smart about it and you know what you're doing, it can help. Now, I used a special fluid that is designed for flushing the eyes when inserting contact lenses. That's a fluid that is medically certified to be safe to inject into the eye, comes in a little applicator. That worked for me. Another device you can get is an eye cup. It's a small plastic device that you fill with water and it fits the shape of your eye. And so if you get something in your eye, you lean down, put the cup on your eye, lean back, and you blink. And that motion basically flushes your eye with the water in the cup. I've used these many times when I've been soldering something that I've been super gluing and the fumes have gone into my eye and irritated it. And it's been very successful. It's a great thing to have in your first aid kit at home, so I highly recommend that. However, if you don't have the right solutions or tools to flush your eye safely, don't flush your eye. You're going to do more harm than good. And finally, step four is to seek medical attention. You may have been able to flush out all the super glue, but it's possible that you might have caused some damage to the conjunctiva, which is the mucosal coating on the eye and the eyelids, or to the cornea, which is the front surface of the eye. Now, if you've done damage here, it might be important to patch the eye for a few days to let it heal, or to use some antibiotic eye drops to stop it getting infected. Obviously, this can only really be done by a medical professional who also has the proper equipment to inspect your eye after such an injury like this. Now, it's one thing when this happens to you, and another entirely when it happens to a child or somebody else who is freaking out and doesn't know what's going to happen. Armed with this knowledge, you can reassure them that while this does suck and it's not a whole lot of fun, there are no recorded cases of anyone losing their vision permanently due to a super glue accident. You can take them to the emergency room, the doctors will help you out, and you should be okay. Overall, I I was really relieved once I'd read about it and understood what to do in future. I wish I had that knowledge the first time because it would have made that first half an hour a lot more comfortable. Regardless, I'd just like to say thanks to Ryan and to Aislinn, who made sure my eye was okay and nothing went wrong. And thanks to Brown Emergency Medicine and Dr. Reddy for their really useful resources on this topic. Till next time, TK out.